Hi everybody, Ramon here from Fondren Library. I'm here to give you guys an overview of our new voter guide by my wonderful colleague B. So the Voter Education Committee has decided that Ask Us is going to be one of the resources where people can go to ask questions about voting. So the idea behind this guide is to have it serve as a resource for chat operators, people who would be getting questions in regards to voting. So what I'm going to do is just kind of give you all like a quick overview of the guide itself. So there are three main sections on the first page. There's deciding where to register, some info for Texas residents, residents of other states, as well as some resources for actually registration or getting registered. There's some information on casting your ballot, whether you should do it in person, absentee. There's also some external resources for deciding how to vote. And the last section is in places that you can go to get more information about what's going to be on your ballot, the candidates and whatnot. What I do want to go ahead and point out to you guys is stuff on the right. We've got some events coming up, a workshop that the library is doing for finding balanced news. We're going to be helping out with a couple of debate watch parties as well. And there's this neat little video on how to spot fake news. And so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about the other tabs that we have here as well. So the voting by state tab, let me get that going here. So the voting by state tab basically talks about the idea of how voting is different depending on a state. There are some resources as well down here for student voting, some kind of tips over here on the right hand side as far as like voting as a student, how can you vote as a student, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to these next tabs to show you what is going on there. And so basically the next three tabs are pretty similar. They all have a video as far as that goes into the detail about how voting works in that state, what are the different processes. There are some resources down here. It's Texas-specific resources for Texas voters, as well as some important dates to know and be aware of. There's also a spot or a resource for checking your status, checking to see if you're registered. And as you can see, the next two tabs are for California and for Florida, and they're set up the same way. There's a little video explaining how to vote in that state, some resources, dates to remember, checking your status. I'll go ahead and show y'all the next tab. So yeah, there's the video, resources, dates, checking your status, and we have this just because we know that most of our students are coming from California, from Florida, or obviously are from here in Texas. So yeah, if you guys have any questions after this, feel free to go ahead and contact anybody on the Voter Education Committee, and that's about it. Thanks for your time, y'all.